Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Please collect materials that allow you to document your mind and then make yourself comfortable. Settle down into a position that allows you to relax. This space is a safe space, a space I hope you will come to trust. It is not a tangible space though, so do not be mistaken. We're here to travel within and find the aspects that dissuade our journey. I only ask that we keep our space honest, as genuine change comes from genuine places. Now, our journey unfolds. Fluttering winds wisp around in sultry dances, stirring the tingling mists that glitter and decorate the enlightened spaces among us. Shifting rays of light peer through the tufts of vaporous clouds, like gentle fingers prying within as they graze skin with their warmth. It is a beautiful bath of the soul, destined to soothe those who wish to sink their heaviest burdens within the cleansing pools of deep reverberation. As the light sinks into the skin, the echoes of the past rise to the surface. They gather like shy koi, swirling just under the crests of the light waves that flow over the body. As more of these reticent creatures assemble their school, the current begins to churn below. Weights shift, and a balance takes hold now that the outer and inner self become effervescent. The body becomes a hazy vessel, while little veins of opalescent light stretch outward into the glimmering mist. The light streams grow emphatic in their search, bouncing brighter off each crystalline droplet in the air, so that the space is mostly illuminated in a euphoric kaleidoscope of energy. The space is now open. The space is now free. This space is ours, and it is cultivated for all of us to finally see. The mist shifts as the internal current churns faster, and a swelling begins to ignite from within. A rhythmic pulse takes its place as the body's center, pumping the stagnant fluids outwards so that they twist and turn like eager vines. Fervent tips of whipping fluid flick and tap at the fizzling surface that was once solid skin, pressing further to meet that cascading light beam. The faint waves of sound echoing from within grow louder, forcing the embodied koi to circle with earnest beneath the dancing light, while crystalline shards gather before the vessel's view. Prismatic shapes emerge through the wet geometry with graceful explosions, cracking and splitting as they pull and contract against the comforting mist. The streams of light become vast rivers that curve in delicate swoops around the gathering shards, embracing them and beckoning all to view the manifestation before them. With the light shifted and absent from skin, that fragile layer splits, but do not fear. For what would seem like a breach in the hull is but a vent for all that is known. Tectonic shifts stutter across the fragmented shell, splitting scars both newly formed and those from ages past. The shattering in the darkness knows no mercy in its boundless discovery, as it slithers its probing appendages towards the exposed orifices that gape for release. Cool winds begin to flurry loose crystalline particles around the forming prisms, before swooping hungrily into pulsating splits of the vessel. The shards latch firmly into languid flesh, adorning the fibrous sinews of discourse with their depth sheen. Sacred geometry solidifies in the mist, creating a dazzling matter unlike anything known in the tangible as it grows with a vigorous passion. Colors flash with haste across the sprawling iridescent form in concordance with the impregnated offspring of the foci. Rivers of light intensify, flickering as they embolden over themselves before seeping deep into the dripping glassy form. What was once a benevolent source of incredible light was now dark, but this was not the final score to be heard. With the light lost, some of us stray far from the destination, with only a disjointed echo to rely on, but that does not prove our abandon. Darkness started to creep its alluring dissonance around the sacred space. Spires from the void shoot up sporadically along the circumference of the area, creating a most curious citadel made from what appears to be shimmering void. Deep purple waves envelop each peak with what could only be felt as a moan deep within the cracked vessel. As void shot to the boundless sky, the enigmatic energy vibrating up the spires of black ethereal obsidian gather, creating a blooming circle of radiation. It looms in its power, biding its time for the right moment to intervene. An ominous air beats down on the body for a split second, and the swirling ring of violet pulses before diving inwards. A tsunami of writhing tether swirls inward, crashing hard against the vessel, but the impact falls silent. Instead, the energy invades with an unsuspected warmth, vibrating through split tissues and broken bone. The sensation of bliss and dread collide within the withered halls as void slows its encroaching spires. It is now that the foci wake from its slumber. The eye opens with light spewing from cracked crystal, spattering glittering glassy mist throughout the space. Wisping beams of light collect and channel towards each shard, surrounding the body before directing on shattered flesh, forcing the internal violet waves to grasp at every shadow within. With a silent flick upward, the large crystal aims its geometry towards the sky. In this action, the violet grip thrusts from the body's core. Blinding light pierces those windows of the soul, cracking vision with its cleansing embrace and cutting down the spires that once attempted to prove our prison. Light settles around, collecting in pockets of crystalline mist. Shifting solids chime and jingle on their serene motions, while soft winds dance a somber release. Their gestures fly gentle and wet across sensitive skin, sparkling their tears over healed sinew. Where scars once paraded their broken stories, saturated membranes spread like infatuation over the vessel. Iridescence shimmered into aura, enveloping the space with its infinite opportunity for growth. Sweet, feathery caresses moved over shuttered windows, lifting the veil of disbelief so that all could see the beauty of the space. Bridges of pearl jutted outward into lavishly saturated forests and plains, teeming with more of the crystalline mist that beckoned deep into the soul. Paths cleared and opened into view, with what could only be felt as an imitation. We are here. We are unburdened by the weights that held us back, that locked us down in the darkness of the past. The only way to move forward into bliss is to let go of what holds us back from our truest of dreams. I promise you, these things you will not miss, for they have been left to their own fate, and you have been given a life filled with the highest of esteems.